We all see where it is going, and right now IT departments are taking over basically the technology in the spaces. In education you could see that there are still AV, traditional AV guys, but if you go to corporate environments, and you know what, even in universities, IT departments are now owning the AV part. Now, it's a very interesting thing because, IT people, they are not lazy and they are not naive, but to some extent they are a bit control freaks. And this is part of their job description basically. So they would want to know exactly what's happening in their deployment. So we realized at some point that we need to educate the IT departments about AV. And this is not just about explaining them what is AV and what is every component in the installation, because in many senses they are kind of vendor agnostic about that. I mean, in their situation, it's not that it's a switch, or this is like a let's call it a video conferencing system. If it works and if it's according to their standards, it's fine. When we talk about AV, it's slightly a different issue, okay? And so what we started to do, we started educating the IT departments, and we are trying to bring them over slightly to AV. So we call that a safe path to AV. And of course, with the integrators, we have the same thing, but from the other direction, which is a safe path to IT. And we would like to be that connection point. So we started our own strategy, which is AV over IT, which means that this is not just about technology. This is about work methodologies. It's about training. It's about providing them the right tools that they would feel comfortable with to manage and monitor their AV installations. The traditional market, right now it is within the shift to AV over IP, to streaming technologies. Now, the adoption rate is not that high. The reason is it's because they are less familiar with that. And it's kind of a different world for them. So the way we deal with that is, again, we have tried and developed our own certification program for AV over IT or AV over IP, and we've launched that globally. So a standard AV person could go through that training and be well qualified to build his own IT network to support network AV. As we go for IP technologies and the industry is becoming more software reliant, whoever will have a box inside of a space is going to win. And by that I mean that the industry is going towards platforms, generic platforms. Those generic platforms will have functionality, multiple functionality, which will be software driven. That way, whatever you need to have in a space is going to be basically running on top of that platform. And here in Infocom, we can see several examples of that. By the way, not just from Kramer, we see this thing also from competition, but we really understood in a pretty early stage that we have to get there. We have to get there because traditional AV is going to slightly fade out. And if you look at 10 years from now, that's going to be happening very quickly.